Hey there, guys. Um, I'm coming to you today to talk about chapter 4 of chapter 11 of Supernatural Ways of Royalty and what I learned from reading this chapter. In this chapter, one of the things that really got out of it was Judas wanted intimacy without covenant. Covenant is very important for a relationship with the Lord. When we're in covenant, we work through things. So covenant is important because you don't just allow miscellaneous problems or things to get in the way. You're like, I'm going to work through this. I'm going to fix this no matter what, because it's important and it's what you know needs to happen. Another thing is that the born again experience is so important, but we need to realize that it's only the very, very, very beginning of what God has for us. He has so much more riches and experiences and things for us to do that He wants to bless us with and opportunities for us. We need to realize and know that even though that once we get saved, it's not just about that, it's about serving Him the rest of our lives because He has so many good things for us. And we also need to realize that it requires nurturing. Being born again is good, but we've got to grow into who we are supposed to be, which requires being taught. Oftentimes, I have felt like um, it felt like people just when people were born again, there's not a lot of teaching right away. It's you're born again and you're thrown right into the world, and oftentimes that makes it really hard for people, and people can sin. And but I we need family, which is important, a spiritual family to lead us and to teach us and to how to grow deeper with the Lord. One thing that I've come to realize is, especially in this culture and nowadays, is our culture often desires intimacy without responsibility. And you can see this in like how many fatherless homes there are and how much sleeping around there is before marriage and all this stuff that's going on in the world. And it, it's stuff that we need to get fixed. Like now, we need to teach people how to grow deeper in the Lord and how to not live this worldly lifestyle. One of the things I really liked was Chris's example of how God desires to be intimate with us. Chris was going through a hard time with his mother being sick and everything, and he reached out to God, and he's like, God, I need you. I will do anything. I will serve you if you heal the Lord or heal him. He was like, if there is a God, I will serve you. And Jesus answered. He says, I am Jesus. Your prayer is answered. And his mom was healed. But one of the also things that I really like about this story is not necessarily that Chris didn't follow through right away. God reminded him a week later. He's like, hey, I did this for you. You said you were going to do this for me. So God reached out to him for the intimacy that was needed. So God reaches out to us. It's not about us just reaching out to God. God's going to reach out to us. We need to listen to when God reaches out to us. It's so important. So important. Another thing I really learned in this chapter was spiritual leadership. We need spiritual leadership, spiritual fathers and spiritual mothers. We need, yes, we can get, yes, we need to read the Bible. Yes, we need to have communication with the Lord just in our private lives with Him. But having the leadership of people who have relationship with the Lord for a long time and have grown and have been promoted and to lead people, they know what they're talking about. We need that leadership and that example that other people have had to be able to grow and survive and live this lifestyle. And one of the last things I really learned in this chapter was we need to get better at evangelizing, and not just evangelizing and telling people, if you don't do this, if you don't accept the kingdom of God, you're going to go to hell. Which is true. That is very, very much true. But we just need to realize that that's not it. That's not just it. That yes, that's going to be the consequences if they do. But but if they don't accept the Lord, but even if they do, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard life. And we need to love them into the Lord, not push them into the Lord because, oh, you're gonna die if you don't. You're not gonna see the kingdom of God if you don't.